YouTube, what's going on, everybody? Red Mist LFC Ninja, and we are back with the post-match review of Liverpool versus Aston Villa from Anfield, and a preview of Liverpool versus Brighton and Hove. So guys, let's fly over to the tactics screen and let's get on with this. So as you can see, from where we left off from the preview of this game, it was a 2-0 result, comfortable. I went for 3-0, maybe a 4-0, but no. I went for some crazy scorers, Alexander-Arnold and Van Dijk and Salah. It was Marnie and Curtis Jones, but Marnie's been in good form. I mean, he was funny in the Man City game. He was hilarious. That was really strange. But prior to that, Marnie was in good form, and Marnie continued. And to be fair, he weren't too bad against City. It was just that moment which kind of overshadowed the whole 90 minutes pretty much. But yeah, again, I thought he played really good today. I thought he was decent. You can see my lineup. Like I said, I went for a bit of a crazy one. Lineup didn't really come through. Ox started. Klopp went with Gomez over Lovren. Milner had a reoccurrence of an injury, I believe. So he didn't feature. I don't think he was on the bench either. And we saw Shaqiri back in the frame. Him, he didn't get on the pitch. What's Klopp what's Klopp doing? Is he basically saying, look, my man's fit, so you know, you guys come put in your price for him. Come put your money in. He's for sale. He's fit and he's for sale. Didn't get on the pitch. I would have liked to have seen him. So guys, let's chop up the team. Let's put out Klopp's exact starting lineup and let's talk about a bit of the match. Right, guys, so as you can see, this was Klopp's official starting lineup. Alisson in goal, Gomez back in defence alongside Virgil van Dijk, Robertson at left back, Trent Alexander-Arnold right back, Fabinho holds in the middle, centre of the three, Naby Keita comes in for a start, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain continues from where he left off. Well, not exactly where he left off because his performance was much improved from that of against City. So, yeah, you get the gist of it though. Marnie went central with Divock Origi on the left, and then Salah on the right. Substitutes, Klopp subs, Firmino, Harvey Elliott, Minamino, Jordan Henderson, Wijinaldum, Niko Williams, Adrian, Curtis Jones, and Xherdan Shaqiri. The injury list: Motm, James Milner back on it, unfortunately. Not sure what's happened there. Dejan Lovren still not recovered. Whether that's a knock or whether he's on the market or, yeah, something's... I reckon this is Lovren. This is the end for Lovren. I think he'll be gone along with Shaqiri and Lallana. Yeah. I think Lallana's pretty much been axed because we want to keep him fit so he can be sold. And I think that's also the same with Shaqiri and quite possibly Lovren now. So I don't expect any of those guys to really feature. In fact, let's switch Lovren, drop from the squad, because I don't really expect to see him back on the bench. I could be wrong, but I don't think I will see him again. But saying that, Shaqiri's back on the bench and he's been tipped to widely leave. I don't know whether... The thing is, Shaqiri, we could do with Shaqiri. Like, if we can't bring anybody in, why let Shaqiri go? Unless he really, really wants to go. He can play on that right side. You could even play him in a 4-2-3-1 against a newly promoted side next season, or the lower end of the table. You could play in that in behind the striker in a 4-2-3-1. This, you know, he would be better than Firmino in a 4-2-3-1. I'm sorry, he would be better. I mean, it's about the work rate, isn't it? Depends how Klopp operates his 4-2-3-1. If he operates his 4-2-3-1 where the wingers tuck in and then become the 4, then it leaves Shaqiri just in behind the main striker, which he doesn't need to do the work hard. But if you rotate from a 4-2-3-1 and it's changed to a like a 4-3-3, you know, your wingers go forward and join the single attacker, and then your playmaker in behind the striker drops into the midfield. And that's where their roles will differ, depending on which formation reverts to which formation. Whether you understand that, guys, I'm not quite sure, but I'll just quickly do it on the screen for you so you know what I'm talking about. So let's just say we have 4-2-3-1. Let's just say 4-2-3-1. Pay no attention to the actual players. We're just looking at positioning at the moment, right? So let's just say this is Marnie, Salah. You get the gist of it. Let's just say Fabinho is Shaqiri. So 4-2-3-1. Now, if Shaqiri is going to be in that position, then what happens? We need these two to tuck in to create the protection. So we go for a 4-4, so then it's a 4-4-1-1. So this allows Shaqiri to kind of just float and not have to really track in and track. And now if Firmino is playing this role, and we can actually let's just say it's Firmino here now, right? And we're we're playing this formation. Then what happens is these split, and it's more offensive. But this is kind of what you need to do in the 4-2-3-1. The dog work comes from this midfielder because he's doing like the work rate of 2 because you only got 3 here, whereas the other position is definitely more defensive because both your wingers drop, but on the counter attack it's far less offensive. So really and truly they are different ways to revert through both of those formations depending on the player you have in that position, that central position. So guys, let's just drop back to what we had initially. Now I've pretty much explained that. So the Shaqiri thing, it's interesting to see, what we do with him. I like him in that position. I think he'll be really dangerous in that position. He's strong on the ball. He can hold up, low center of gravity. And then you've got like Salah in front of you, or Marnie in front of you, and then you've got the 2 wingers, and you could play that formation 4-2-3-1. You could play against the lesser sides, and you could dominate the game. You could take them to the cleaners, man. And I think he's perfect for that. I don't want to see Shaqiri go. I wanted him to come join us. I was so happy when he joined us. But Klopp needs to figure out a way to kind of include him a bit more, if that's the case. However, if he does go and we sign Alcantara, well, yeah, he can fit into that position as well and play in that Shaqiri role just in behind the main striker with you 2 wingers. So let's just see what happens. So guys, moving back onto my original conversation, let's talk about Divock Origi and Mane. So in this game, Mane plays central. He's doing the Firmino role. He was switching with Origi from time to time, going out wide. But majority of the time I saw him, central, hence where his goal came from. He was central when the goal, maybe Klopp's trying a little something here. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't like it. I do not like Origi on the left. He just doesn't do anything. He doesn't offer anything. I feel like Origi should be down the middle, and we supply him with the crosses and stuff like that. I feel like he could do a bit of damage in the air, or in behind, but it's hard to play in behind when you're used to being in possession, especially against Villa, because Villa ain't going to dominate the game. They're not going to naturally take the game to you. Like if you play in City or United or Arsenal, someone who's more likely to dominate the game and take the match to you a bit and hold possession, you can play with Origi in behind, because on the counter attack, dominating the game and there's no space in behind unless you're crossing it from wide. Origi's pretty ineffective. I think he's so lucky to be Liverpool still. He's so lucky. Surely this has got to be maybe his last season, and Brewster returns and comes back for next season. I'd much rather Brewster than Origi. And even if you played Brewster on the wing, the left wing, I know he's not that player, but hell, I think he'd do a better job than Origi would. For sure. So, yeah, I don't know about that one. Now let's talk about these midfielders who started today's game, guys. Naby Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain. The creativity of Liverpool, from what most of the fan base claim. They say these 2 are the most creative of our squad. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Read stats and read what hell you like. Today they was waffling. They was nothing. Today they was nothing. Up until half time, they did nothing. It took It took Gini Wijinaldum and Jordan Henderson to come on and start bossing the match, take control of the match. It took them guys to come on. How embarrassing is that? Aston Villa are fighting for survival. You've got your first choice backline and goalkeeper, right? And you've got Fabinho in there. How are you two, Ox and Naby, not bossing the game? The whole game. You should have been bossing the whole game, but they wasn't. They wasn't. This is why I've told you guys that these two, I bang on and I bang on, they were not brought to start. They were brought as impact players. That's what they are. They are just impact. They're brought on to change a game. And they've not been doing that anywhere. The cups, the matches we went out over, any big games we lost, well, it's arguable. Atletico Madrid was Adrian's fault. If we had Alisson in goal, we'd be into the next round of the Champions League. The Aston Villa in the cup game, was it Carling Cup or FA Cup? Not Carling Cup, excuse me. That milk cup thing, Carabao. That was because half the squad was away in another dimension. So yeah, whatever. The FA Cup, I just think maybe Klopp fielded a relatively weaker side because he had the Premier League in mind. And Chelsea fielded a full strength side. And actually, Gomez, again, in that match was he was awful. He has his moments, Gomez. He really does. I think he was pretty much to blame for that match. And I think wasn't it Matip and Gomez? Or I don't think it was. Was it Van Dijk and Gomez? I think it was Van Dijk and Gomez. Drop me a comment and let me know if you remember who the defence was. I don't know if it was our strongest defence. I don't think Robertson or Trent. It couldn't have been our strongest back line. Definitely wasn't the goalkeeper. Alisson definitely didn't play. Adrian played. But yeah. So anyway, back to this, guys. Like, we wasn't creating anything for the first 60 minutes. He wasn't doing anything. In fact, Villa looked like the ones who were going to score first. It was poor. So then Jordan Henderson and Niko Williams come on. They start bossing. They control the game. They get to grips with the game. Their technicalities, the technical side, the simple things they do, the control, pass, move, backwards, forwards, sideways. You can't be a midfielder if you are not passing backwards. You cannot be a DM if you are not passing backwards. You have to have the options from your defenders in order to regain possession. You have to pass sideways so you stretch your position. So all these people that talk about, oh, don't pass sideways or go backwards, all you do is go backwards. You do not have an absolute clue. You need to get yourself involved in a football team. And at a decent level, if you can even play football, you will start to realise why players go backwards and sideways. You have to. You need to either stop talking or just go and do that, and you will soon understand how it all works. Play to a system. It's about regaining possession and recycling the ball. And Gini and Henderson are absolutely phenomenal at doing that. Phenomenal. Brilliant. They are brilliant. The minute you have a player in there wants to dribble a bit, let's say Ox or Naby Keita, wants to dribble, wants to take on a player in and around the area, doesn't move the ball that quickly, right? You will get caught at some point. You will get caught and you will get punished, right? But those two, Gini is marvellous at not getting caught on the ball and basically staying in possession of it, even when he's got man or two on him, pressing him. Jordan is a very quick thinker. He doesn't really dribble with the ball. It's 1 and 2 touches. Boom, 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 boom. And everyone laughs at him because he's English and he's tall and he's, the face of Liverpool. Or, Jordan, he's got no swagger. He's got no sex appeal. He's got no, I say sex appeal. I'm not judging him. I mean, he's not swanky. He's not going to swagger on the ball. He doesn't kind of glide around with it like what is interesting in football in this day and age. Like, is your bog standard English, very, very well drilled midfielder. And all the top sides had one of those. Roy Keane, I know he's not English, but he's an example. A great example, does the simple thing. And after Roy Keane, Michael Carrick, even Paul Scholes to some extent. It wasn't silky, but the man can ball. Even arguably Frank Lampard, like Steven Gerrard. There you go, Steven Gerrard. Bog standard, right? English player, but just ridiculous ability. Ridiculous. And he wasn't one that used to go gliding past players. You know, he wasn't a Naby Keita, but the way he played, he was so unbelievably technical, and just knew where people were. 1 and 2 touches, you know, you'd have it burst into space. He didn't do no step overs or no rainbow flicks or no Cruyff turns. Don't need to. You don't need to do that to be one of the best players to play the game. So please do not underestimate Henderson, and definitely do not underestimate Gini Wijnaldum unless you've vast experience in this game, you played it to quite a high level and you understand those positions. If you're a winger or you're striking, you've never played centre midfield, you can't be telling you no, just don't do it. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. So guys, it took these two to come on to change the game, and I'm not surprised they changed the game. I tweeted, I said, "Boy, the cavalry's arrived." Yeah, I saw them warming up, and you know, Firmino as well. It made a difference. You know, it made a huge difference. And guess what? Naby pushes a bit more forward. Yeah, and he got the assist. Now, I also tweeted that that's what Naby should be doing for the rest of the team. But the minute Naby goes forward, it takes somebody else. It takes Gini or Henderson to come on. I know the pass wasn't to Naby directly from Gini or Henderson, but the reason why Naby got the pass was because Gini and Henderson had taken control of possession, right? So it creates the opportunity, because you're dominating possession. That chance will develop from somewhere because you have possession. Doesn't necessarily have to be them. So yeah, I'm happy for Keita that he got the assist. So does this mean Keita is probably better further forward? Maybe he picks out a better ball in and around that box. Then maybe that's the position we need to get him into. Maybe he isn't really a Wijnaldum or Henderson style player. Maybe he needs to play up further forward. So yes, those 5 substitutions. Fabinho came off. OxladeChamberlain came off. Naby Keita came off, Origi came off, and Robertson came off. Their replacements, Giorgio Wijnaldum, Jordan Henderson, as you know, in the midfield. That was for, initially I think it was for Oxlade-Chamberlain and Fabinho. I think Divock Origi came off. And Naby Keita moved to the left. Jordan Henderson, as I said, Jordan Henderson Wijnaldum came on, and then Niko Williams came on also, and Curtis Jones came on. So yeah, I'm not quite sure where all of them ended up playing. I'll have to have a little recap on the match. It felt like Curtis Jones was centrally at some point, especially near his goal. That was a brilliant goal, by the way. Marnie's goal also was well taken. So guys, let's make these substitutions and see what Klopp was working with. So guys, Wijnaldum and Henderson came on for Ox and Divock Origi. Naby Keita moved to the left side. And obviously he got his goal. And then I believe Naby Keita and Fabinho departed. Later on, Robertson departed as well for Niko Williams. So we can do that one quickly. I can't remember if Trent switched to the left side. There's a possibility he could have. I don't remember if he did, weirdly. Really strange. I literally cannot remember if he did or he didn't. Why do I not remember that? Can't remember that. But we're just gonna make it happen. Because it's probably logical. It's probably what might have happened anyway, I imagine. Why would he bring on Williams and playing left back? But he might have. I just, you know, drop it in the comments. Let me know if Trent jumped to the other side. I highlighted it a little while ago that Trent is comfortable on the left side. It wouldn't surprise me if Klopp didn't bother with a left back, and already having Larouci coming through. I don't really see the point in the left back. I'm not gonna lie. You can always do this. You know, Williams is against lower opposition with like, you know, Matip and Van Dijk, or Gomez and Van Dijk. I really think Williams could be pretty solid in there, especially if we are on the ascendancy when we're constantly attacking sides. And he's quick. He can get back. He actually looks better. I can't even gonna say this. If you're talking about gliding past the player, getting to the byline, I actually think he looks better than Trent. Trent is, you know, he doesn't beat you to the end of the pitch. He puts the ball in early. That's Trent. But Williams will try and Adama Traore you right to the line, get around you. He's nippy. He is. He's got a few slalom runs in him, I think, as well. So yeah, I do think he has probably had some benefits that over Trent, to be honest. But if he can get that whip going like Trent has, oh wow, we could be onto somebody very special right here. But yeah, so then I believe Fabinho comes off when Naby Keita, and then Marnie goes wide. Firmino came on with Wijnaldum and Henderson same time. It was actually quite weird, really. Naby must have dropped into like here. It must have been like a 4-2-3-1, or it could have been something like this. I think it was something like this, to be fair. I reckon it was something like that. It's probably a 4-2-3-1 formation. I should go back and check it. I might go back and check it online and have a little look. It feels like this, actually, to be fair. Firmino was on the pitch when Naby scored. So was Marnie and so was Salah. No, Salah didn't come off, and these two were on as well. So the ball got to Naby Keita. He fed it into Marnie. Marnie scored, and then later on, Naby Keita comes off, and obviously Jones comes on. Why Jones was down here when he scored the goal, I'm not really sure, but Jones usually plays left side, unless we reverted back and it was more this kind of formation and Jones played from the centre. Because it's interesting that a lot of people said Jones from centre midfield, he used to play centre midfield, or he plays centre midfield, or he can. I personally don't think he's a centre midfielder. I don't personally think he's not up to level of what we need in centre midfield. I think he's better as support for Marnie, back up to Marnie and the odd role. Same way Harvey Elliott will be for Salah in due time. So yeah, but this kind of makes sense for his goal, really. The pass into, who was it he passed into? Firmino, and then go back, or something like that. I can't remember. It's so long ago, guys. It was like a few hours ago. And right now City are losing 1-0 to Southampton. Don't know if it's still the same score. Anyways, guys, yeah, he's also signed a new 5-year deal, Jones. And yeah, Dr. Jones, calling Dr. Jones, Hold on. Here we go, right? I'm going to call it right now. This is going to be his song when he scores at Anfield. Curtis Jones, calling Curtis Jones, where are you? I called it, guys. That is going to be his tune round Anfield when you watch. If you listen to this video and it happens, you know where you heard it first. That is so going to be his track. So yeah, guys, we move on to Brighton, I guess it is. So on we go to Brighton, away at Brighton and Hove Albion. And this, guys, is my predicted starting lineup. Alisson in goal, Gomez and Van Dijk at the back, Andy Robertson left back, Trent Alexander-Arnold right back, Fabinho holding the middle, Jordan Henderson comes straight back in, but this time with Naby Keita. Wijnaldum still sits on the bench. Firmino back onto the bench. Minamino in for Firmino. Marnie left wing, and the man himself, Mohamed Salah, right wing. So guys, that is my predicted starting lineup. There's only two changes. Naby Keita, Minamino. Actually Jordan Henderson coming back in as well. Yeah, I just think it's going to be a bit of a more of a subtle change to the lineup as opposed to the Klopp may have learned the lesson with Naby Keita and Ox. It could even be Ox coming in and Naby Keita sitting on the bench. That's kind of how it's used to been. I think Ox and Henderson. What works better, Ox and Henderson or Naby Keita and Henderson. I don't know. I kind of think Ox and Henderson works better than Naby and Henderson. Strangely. Club substitutions: Firmino, Harvey Elliott, Divock Origi. I should update his photo to the blonde Cisse looking one. Niko Wijinaldum, Williams, Jones, Shaqiri, and Adrian. Injury bench: Motm, Milner dropped from the squad, Keanu Hoover, Dejan Lovren, Adam Lallana. Dejan Lovren could make an appearance. I don't know whether he's recovered or if he's even injured. I think he had a little knock. Last I heard in training. Predicted man of the match. I'm gonna go for this time round Fabinho. Again, yeah, last man of the match, last game against Aston Villa. I can't remember who actually was man of the match, but I believe I don't know who got man of the match. Who got man of the match? I'm not sure, I can't remember. But Fabinho did play. I felt like Fabinho was really good. I think he tired a little bit. Especially, you could see the resurgence of energy when Jordan Henderson and Wijnaldum came in. Saying that though, it's more up to, you know. I mean, Fabinho is a part of, you know, dominating a game. But if the two next to you aren't dominating the game as well, then how are you going to dominate the game? You can't dominate the game from DM just on your own. So you really do need the other two to be on their game as well and be able to dominate. So that's why you saw the huge improvement in the control of the game once Wijnaldum and Henderson came on against Villa. Whereas I don't think Ox and Keita give you that. I think they want to be that. I feel like they want to be that assist pass, or they don't want to get on the ball and do the dirty work. Do you know what I mean? Play deeper. None of them really, well, Keita does, but Keita kind of just doesn't move the ball quick enough from deeper. He kind of dallies on it a bit. Looks pretty, you know, shimmies a couple players and just passes it sideways. It's like there's no real urgency from him. And that's quite a frustrating way of playing in that position. He's not very progressive until he's in the final third as such. I'm going to go with Fabinho. Score, I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory again against Brighton. I think Brighton are pretty done. Not playing for anything really. I think the season's pretty finished, but they'll give a good account of themselves even though there's no home crowd. But I think we want the points. We're working towards this the Centurions points tally. We want to beat it. So hopefully we can take the points from Brighton and move on. I'm going to go for 2-0. My scorers, I'm going to go for a... Salah's got to get one. I'm going to go for Salah and a Minamino. I'm going to try and call it. Okay, so I think that's probably a wrap, boys. So yeah. So guys, I've been Red Mist, LFC Ninja. And we will see you soon. Let's do this.